clear the zone, and it's picked up by Kane. Patrick Kane to the middle of the back end. Patrick Kane has a hat trick, and the Blackhawks are 3:43 away from getting to the Final Four.
How do you handle adversity?
I think pretty well. I think I've had my fair share growing up, whether it was, people were saying I'm too small, that, he's good at this level, but the next level there's hitting, or there's the players get bigger and stronger, the competition's better. I think I've always had that going up, whether it was as a little kid, 7, 8 years old, going into hitting or going into the OHL, or even the OHL into the NHL. I think that was always one of the things I had to deal with, and kind of proved everyone wrong. Even to this day, I think people still probably question my size, and whether it's playing in the NHL to get to the Stanley Cup playoffs and different things like that, that I think you got to go through. And obviously I had my fair share of it this summer, but I think you get through life, you realize who's important to you, and who really sticks out at those times, and who's always there for you.
So who helped you most this summer then?
Oh, I think definitely family. Family was the biggest thing. The Chicago Blackhawks were great during the whole thing. I think their support was 110% behind me the whole time, and they never really, yelled at me or got on me about anything, to be honest with you. I'm sure they weren't happy with the whole fact, but they were behind me 110%. Like I said, my family. I think at that time you kind of realize who your true friends are, and things like that. So I guess, maybe you can pull a positive about the situation, that you realize who they are, sooner rather than later in life.
So what's different for you then? Do you feel somewhat different heading into this season then, because of everything that has most recently happened, but also the experiences on the ice and the experiences off the ice with the Hawks, who were not immune to a lot of attention, some of it not the kind they would have wanted this summer?
Right. We were in the news our fair share this summer, but that's okay. I think, ever since, John McDonough and Rocky Wirtz have come along, whether it's coaching moves or GM decisions or marketing decisions, or get people to get in the building and watch the games, I think everything's gone pretty well. So you got to put your confidence and trust in them, and then whether it's host of shoulder surgery, I'm sure he'll be a better player because of it. And obviously for myself, I think there's probably a little bit more pressure going into the season from what happened, but at the same time, I think I like the pressure situations. I like, for me, myself, I love playing in the playoffs. I love playing in that kind of atmosphere with that kind of pressure on you. So I feel myself that I'm better under pressure.
Pressure's easier to handle in the sports world than from your sisters at home?
Yeah, sometimes they'll get mad at me a little bit, whether it's, I was playing my sister in basketball the other day, actually, and usually I'll let her win a couple times or something, but this particular day I just felt like I didn't want to give her a shot. So I think I blocked 6 shots in a row, and she's probably 5 foot. So she goes up and says, you're not fun to play with anymore. She's crying in the house and things. So you feel bad like that, but I think I'm a pretty competitive guy. So whether it's we're doing that, or our family does a little putt-putt thing, it's me and my youngest sister, my mom and my dad, and my 2 middle sisters that play on the team, and the best combined score wins. And usually I'm out there telling my youngest sister where to hit the ball, where to do this, just so we can win. So I guess I'm pretty competitive, but at the same time I think it's probably a good thing.
You have a nice relationship with them, though. Is that how you would describe it?
Yeah, definitely. Ever since we were little, we've been pretty close. I mean, I can remember them coming up to my tournaments in Toronto or in Canada. They'd bring their little dolls, and I see them in the stands playing with their dolls. But just the fact that they came to the tournaments all the time instead of staying at home or trying to do other things with their friends, and always supporting me, it really means a lot.
And you take them on an annual shopping spree, is that right?
Yep. Every year I try to get them to the mall, and then after that they want to go every week. So you got to be a little careful with what they want. And, usually I give them a little bit of a limit of what they can spend, and they always seem to go over. They want a couple more other things, but it's all right. It's worth it to see them happy and get a smile on their face.
Who's one person, could be a manager, coach, player, within the game right now that you respect the most?
I think it's got to be Scotty Bowman. Living with Stan the first year that I played with the Hawks, I think Scotty was around a lot, and just see his knowledge of the game and how much he really loves hockey. It's really unbelievable to see. I mean, all the guy wants to talk about is hockey. He doesn't want to talk about anything else. He wants to watch hockey on TV all the time, and whether it's flipping from game to game or whatever. It's really fun to see him dissect the game and watch it. It's fun to watch it with him.
So describe your new GM.
Stan's, he's exactly like his dad. He's very knowledgeable, really knows players inside and out, whether it's, I'd be coming home from whatever and we'd be watching hockey and ask him a question, he always knew the answer to it, whether it was maybe a guy's number of goals or plus minus or things like that. He's really knowledgeable, and from what I hear, he's a salary cap whiz, so I guess that's probably what we'll need in the near future from him. But it's good to have him aboard. I think you kind of feel bad for Dale, what happened, but you got to trust their decision.
You mentioned the cap. Are you concerned about it?
No, you can't be. I don't think that's something you can really worry about. It's a year away. There's no rush for myself and probably the other two that are involved, Duncan and Jonathan. So just got to move forward and just worry about what you can control, and that's the on-ice part of the game.
Coming up next, Jonathan Toews on the Penguins Cup win.
It was enticing to see them win, thinking that maybe if we would have done a few different things, we could have beat Detroit and done that.